You only feel guilty when it's a secret. It shouldn't be no sneaking around. You know, if you want it, then let's have a conversation.
You cannot approve of a lot of things, but you don't run anything. What's up, everybody? I'm Natasha.
And I'm Tristan.
Welcome back to our channel,
Living LaGrande Lyfe.
It's Monday. So what does that mean, baby girl?
That means today is Mind Your Marriage Monday. You did good, baby.
I did. Yeah. I did good. I didn't go crazy.
It wasn't overkill or nothing.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you are new to the channel, family, welcome. I'm gonna let my beautiful wife here go ahead and tell you what Mind Your Marriage Monday is all about.
So Mind Your Marriage Monday is a segment that Natasha and I do every single Monday where we take just 10 minutes out of our marriage.
That's all.
To mind your marriage.
One time for the one
time.
time.
So typically we like to mind our own business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We like to mind our business, mind our marriage, drink our water, do our thing. You know? But once a week, we want to talk a little bit about what y'all got going on. One of us will bring the topic.
Right.
The other one has no idea what that topic is. And we bring it to the other and we deliberate for 10 minutes about what we think about that. Yep. So y'all get a piece of our mind.
Exactly. This week, my beautiful wife, again, you know what I'm saying? 3 times the charm. Cause I have my time, now it's on her.
I'll be coming with that fire.
She be coming with the fire. So she can go ahead and drop a topic, and then once she tells us the scenario, I'm gonna run the timer. We're gonna jump into that thing.
All right, so I got a little bit of a story for y'all. So bear with me.
Ooh, all right.
Okay, this person said they got a confession. A couple of months ago, my husband was out of town. I had just had my first $45K month ever in real estate. I wanted to reward myself, so I bought a $1,000 pair of YSL heels. My first luxury brand heels ever. I was so excited, but then the guilt hit. My husband was about to come home and I ended up returning them to Nordstrom's unworn. My husband and I own a condo and rent it out, but we still rent ourselves. So I felt guilty buying shoes almost our rent amount. My husband pays all of our rent and larger bills. I only have $900 of personal bills monthly, but he makes less money than me, so I can't really buy luxury stuff because he's so modest and really great at saving. How do you married women treat yourself, knowing your husband doesn't approve the shopping sprees or spending large sums of money on material things?
Okay. That's a good one, baby. Let me get the timer popping. 10 minutes has just started. This is a really good topic. You know, we've talked about budgeting and things like that in the past, and her question is, you know, asking ladies how do they handle that when their spouse doesn't really agree with it. I mean, my thing is just have a conversation to be honest, because everyone's values don't lie in the same place. Like, depending on what it is, you value certain things differently than I value certain things, and vice versa. But it's your value, and if we have the funds, enjoy yourself. For me, I know that conversation, it's easy now, but we didn't have those easy conversations in the past. It took time to get there. We had to continue to communicate and really lay it down. You've got to be open in your marriage to hear what the other person has to say and how they feel and why they feel how they feel. And if, you know, the thing to reward herself with is, you know, buying some YSLs, that's a stack, then that's, you know, what she'll do. I get it. She didn't have a discussion with him. Now, I don't believe in every purchase you make, you need to discuss with your spouse. It's a big purchase for them, it sounds like, out of the ordinary. It was a gift to herself. You know, if this is a newer situation, since she's never had this kind of a month in sales before, because she didn't bring home 45K, she had a 45K month. So she probably brought home somewhere about 22, 21. Again, that's very good.
That's a very good month.
That's a drop in the bucket compared to the whole amount that she brought home. I think she just needs to have a conversation with him about this is what I want to do to celebrate myself. Him not making as much money as her shouldn't have anything to do with her not being able to celebrate herself. There should be no guilt in that. If he's doing what he wants to do and it only makes what it makes, that's what that is.
Right.
I mean, there's certain professions that should make more, like teachers. But if, let's say he's a teacher and he makes less money than her, because what she made in a month, a teacher will make in a year, that doesn't mean she shouldn't get to enjoy certain things, and him either.
Right.
I feel like it's, it sounds really simple. The conversations aren't simple, but the concept is simple.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I feel like, I think we both are on the same page on this one, because we've had a lot of these money conversations in the past. Like, I feel like it doesn't sound like y'all are struggling in any way. It sounds like y'all have a system for how things get paid and who pays what or what have you, and he values being able to provide for you, which is why he pays the rent and all of the major bills, and you only have $900 of expenses a month. That's likely your car insurance, or maybe right, your student loan, because she mentioned her age and I just didn't think it was important. But yeah, it likely might be other things. So if it seems like he maybe values providing for you, and that is why y'all have the arrangement that you have. But it doesn't sound like overall that you all are struggling. If you all are struggling, then obviously it's concerning that when you're in a situation where y'all are in need, you spend $1,000 on shoes. Uncomfortable looking shoes, might I add. I'm certainly not gonna spend $1,000 on shoes that I might break my ankles in. But it's neither here nor there. But if y'all are financially stable and whatnot, then why not? I think the issue comes in is the fact that you snuck and bought them, and then the guilt kicked in and you took them back. You only feel guilty when it's a secret. I think just like on other topics that we've had, where I say there's no issue with things happening as long as this is truthful. We all up front. It shouldn't be no sneaking around. If you want it, then let's have a conversation and you go ahead and do it. But this sneaking behind his back, knowing it's a problem for him, that means that you're avoiding being communicative, and when that's not necessary. And if you're starting a relationship right now, you ask how us married people, which leads me to believe that you all are not married, and that's not a very good foundation if you all are looking to build a strong,
or maybe they are married and she's just wondering like, how y'all married.
Yeah, maybe, perhaps,
maybe.
Either way, what I'm saying is communication is key, and the fact of the matter is, you don't need to necessarily ask nobody for permission, but an open and honest discussion is, I think, warranted, and you should be able to treat yourself. And maybe if there's something that he wants, that he should be able to treat himself as well. But if you all just have completely different ideas of what treating yourself looks like and how much it should cost, that's not necessarily a deal breaker, but one or the other shouldn't have to compromise, especially if the bills are paid and the priorities are in order.
No, I agree with you 100%. We on the same page on this one. So y'all don't really get to see a debate or a battle or me playing devil's advocate to get a rise out of her in this one, because there's no way to do it. I find it interesting that she felt like she snuck and did it. I have questions. I wish I could talk to her and ask her some questions, because it's possible to have sneak purchases where you're buying things, you bring them in and you just put them straight away or whatever. But eventually you would wear it, you would see it, but I have questions, especially with the amount of money she brought home. She felt like she snuck because she purchased and he was out of town, and she did. I guess because it's considered a big purchase for them, maybe. Yeah, and they didn't discuss that, because then maybe because outside of that, just buy what you want to buy.
Right. So the real question is, how do married women treat themselves knowing their husband doesn't approve of shopping sprees and spending large sums of money on material things?
You cannot approve of a lot of things, but you don't run anything. Like, not in that way. Not in that way. Like, couples, you're married, it's a partnership, you make decisions, we align on things, but we're not going to always align on everything. And as long as there is open communication and understandings, understanding and agreement are not the same.
Right. Awareness and agreement is not the same.
It's not the same. So just because your significant other, your spouse, does not approve of, which I'm having a problem with that word approve, but they don't like, like, you want to spend your money on things like that. Well, what if he wants to spend $1,000 on a weekend trip or a one night trip? So it's experience for him and it's item purchase for you. You guys are still spending the money. It's just in different ways and what you value. That
money has been spent.
Yeah, it doesn't change that. And it possibly, there could be another angle of, I hope not, but it always can come up of a pride issue. I want to be able to provide those things.
Yeah, but if you came right
more.
now, and the thing is, maybe if I were taking more of a financial lift with regard to our bills, then maybe you could. But that's not the setup that we have right now. And so I think the thing about in relationships, it has to be clear. Everybody's value has to be stated on a regular basis.
Facts.
So that, you know, even my wife and I have had to have conversations where there was a time where, unfortunately, we wasn't in a place where even the things that she wanted to do, we just couldn't do that at the moment because we had other things. Right. And even though she wanted to do it, I had to, at some point, I didn't approve, right? Like, and it was just like, babe, like, this doesn't make sense. We need to do X, Y, and Z. And so she had to cut some things out for a little while. But that's different than having one windfall of money, taking a small percentage of that windfall of money and buying something. You know what I mean? Like that's different.
No, I agree. And even in that time, we discussed it. We looked at what it looked like now, what it looked like later. If I did elements of it, what that looked like today, and what it looked like in the future. It was not a whole, you know, I don't approve, don't do it. Boom. Yeah. Until I approve again. Right.
For us, I feel like we have a little understanding though. Like certain, you don't need to consult with me for, you know, purchases under a certain amount. But I feel like if we're spending over a certain amount in general, we tend to come to one another.
We tend to do it. We don't have a set standard.
Don't.
It's just maybe an indirect kind of communication, but
right. It's like what's understood doesn't need to be explained, right? Like I just know that if I'm about to make a crazy purchase or something over a certain amount, I'm gonna be like, hey babe, I'm about to do X, Y, and Z.
Here's the thing, she does it. I don't give a damn. I literally every time I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, but why
are you telling me? I don't. Because this where I stand, and we have 30 seconds. If all of our financial needs are met, every bill is paid, every obligation that we have set aside is taken care of, every trip planned or whatever planned is done. I don't care what you do with your money. Enjoy, have at it.
Yeah, but I don't know. For me, I'm slightly different. Like,
I know you are.
Because you never know what one of us may have forgotten about, right? Like, so I come to you because maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, and
maybe I'll be like, oh, well, I'm about to do X, Y, and Z. Can you think of anything else that...
We out of time.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
Can you think of anything else that we need to do with this or what have you? Or do you foresee there being any drawback of me making this purchase or whatever? It's not necessarily to ask you permission. Again, it's awareness.
Oh, no, it's not permission, but I still don't be caring. But you know that. But I listen. Yeah. When she comes to me, I listen because I'm like, okay, there's a reason she's doing this, so I'm going to listen. And if she, at that moment, tells me it's because maybe she forgot something, then I'll think about it or go look. Or something.
And I think the other thing is, I'm also, so in one way or the other, I think subconsciously trying to model what it is that I want or expect.
Probably. But.
Because she said, but... But she already know the expectation is if we spend in a certain amount.
No, I'm not gonna go spend 10 stacks on something unless it's a surprise for you that we really.
I don't even need no 10 stacks.
No, there's things out there that's no. And when I say things, experiences go into that as well. That if I was gonna do something like that, then okay, cool. But I'm not about to go and just spend 10 stacks on this random, I don't know, bike or spider. Bike or whatever, and then just show up like vroom vroom, look what I got, right? I'm not doing that, but you know,
bet not. Not today.
Not today, but there's gonna be a point
in our life. Yeah, once we get to that point. I mean, there was a time in our relationship where $100 was like, wait, what you said you went where?
Right.
And you did what? And now, you know, it could be $1,000, a couple thousand. And I'll be like, I mean, cool, whatever. Yep. But we're going to get to a point where $5, $10, $12, $20,000 ain't going to mean nothing.
Exactly. But regarding that situation, I think it just needs to be communication. But we had our 10 minutes. She likes to push the time. So I'm going to go ahead and get us right.
I like to push it beyond the limit.
Yeah, every time.
I'm a rule breaker.
I got to go ahead and wrap that up.
So, listen, if this was your first time watching the Mind Your Marriage Monday, where you been all year? Where have you been? But now that you're here, welcome.
We're happy to have you.
Absolutely. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe. And when you subscribe, make sure you smash the notification bell so you're notified when your new friends at LaGrande's post new content. While we're on the subject of content, what'd you think? What you think about this?
Did you like it? You got an opinion? How would you handle it?
Tell us what y'all think about your purchases in y'all marriage or in your future marriage, okay? What are you thinking about the spending habits? Do you have to ask approval? And then let us know. Share this. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about your new friends, LaGrandes. Like, share, comment, all the things.
We love you guys. We're gonna holler at you in the next video.
Bye.